If you've been arrested for child abuse or a violation of California Penal Code Section 273, Subdivision D, Subdivision A, it's actually very serious. Depending upon prior convictions, on the severity of the injury to the potential child, that crime could be a misdemeanor, a felony, or even a felony strike, which means that the consequences could result from probation all the way to a very lengthy prison sentence. That's quite the potential array of consequences associated with what usually is similar conduct. Now, this crime is satisfied when, number one, someone willfully attempts to touch a child that results in a traumatic physical condition, and it was not a reasonable use of force, meaning reasonable in terms of disciplining the child. Now, keep in mind, a traumatic condition is generally a wound or some other bodily injury, and to willfully do something, that means the act, in fact, was for the specific purpose of either hitting the kid or disciplining the child. Now, keep in mind, a child is someone who is younger than the age of 18. That means that if you were disciplining your 17-year-old and it resulted in a bodily injury or otherwise traumatic condition, you have potentially committed this offense. Now, usually if the traumatic condition is not significant and there are no prior convictions, the crime will be charged as a misdemeanor. If the crime is charged potentially as a misdemeanor, then at that point in time, the max exposure that you see is 1 year in the county jail, plus $1,000 base fine and penalty assessments. If the traumatic condition is more serious, or if you have a prior conviction for something very similar, then it's possible that they charge the crime as a felony. And in that situation, it could mean prison. Now, in fact, it can get worse, unfortunately. If the traumatic condition is that of great bodily injury, then this crime itself can be charged as a strike felony. Now, rest assured, if you have qualified counsel, they'll be able to raise some of the proper defenses. One of the defenses is whether or not the in fact injury was a probable consequence of the action in which the person took. In certain situations, it is defensible where the discipline that the parent potentially had over the child or the adult had over the child was in fact reasonable. If you have a qualified attorney, you can raise those defenses in court and potentially cause your case to get dismissed. Please contact qualified counsel, and of course, we're happy to help.